Hi everybody, my name is Jeff Bennett. I'm going to do a little video on using the Do-It mold walleye jigs. They're a stand-up jig. They use 1/4 ounce and 1/8 ounce sizes are in the mold. For the 1/4 ounce, they recommend 1.0 or number 1 jig hooks. For the 1/8 ounce, they say to use number 2 or number 1. And jigging for walleyes with minnows, leeches, night crawlers, I like a little longer shank hook. So I'm going with the Eagle Claw jig hook, size 1.0, 1-0, for even on the 1/8 ounce and the 1/4 ounce jigs, because I like the longer shank. Eagle Claws are pretty good. Kind of going with a gold hook works a little better in darker water for the color of the hook on the stand-up jigs that I'm making. So what we're doing, folks, I got a big Lee pot here that's filled up with melted lead. I lay my mold kind of flat. I got my hooks laid out. Take the hook. There's a little groove to put your hook in. And it just takes a little time to put them in straight. There's a little slot for the shaft, and the eyelet goes in a hole. And then you close the two halves together, which I'll do as soon as I get the rest of these in. Just takes a little time, but it's pretty easy to do. It's last day of February today, the 28th. Usually we're fishing in the boat already, but everything is froze up yet. Going to be a long winter. I know 2 years ago we were in the boat at the pier already catching walleyes. So, and we just close this up. Make sure all the hooks are in those little slots. Close it up. She's tight. And you got this lever that you open it up, and then the lead's going in the hole in the holes in the mold for each hook. Each jig that we're making, it fills up, cools down. You got a little excess, but you fill it up that way. Just open it up, excuse me, and there's all your jigs. 1/4 ounce here done, the 1/8 ounce is here. So then I just take the little pliers. You can tap them out. Whoop. They're kind of hot when they first come out, so be careful. The mold works best when the mold is hot. They'll come out in pieces. You can just grab them. Sometimes they'll just tap out. Sometimes they'll just fall out. But there they're out. Don't grab the lead yet because it's pretty hot. But there's a 1/4 ounce jig, and this is the excess from going down the shaft of the mold. You just grab that piece with the pliers, pull it off, put it back in the pot, and there's your finished jig. You can kind of clean up the bottom here a little bit. Sometimes if these have barbs on them to hold your plastics. But there's a 1/4 ounce jig. I'll grab an 1/8 ounce and show you the same thing. Just hang on to the lead is really hot yet. You burn your fingers. You can wear gloves, kind of recommend it, but I'm not today. Put the little piece back in there. And there you already have an 1/8 ounce stand-up jig. And you can see how, on my hand, how they stand up. And it's still kind of warm yet. So this is Jeff Bennett from J&B Guided Fishing. I already made up 100 already. I just put them in cottage cheese containers, and then we'll be painting them up in the next few days eventually. But pretty easy to do. This is Jeff Bennett at J&B Guided Fishing in Wisconsin. I'm located on Lake Puckaway. I took the Tuffy down to Don's Marine in Lodi yesterday to have oil changed, the gear oil changed, and the water pump changed, and then they were just going to check things out, make sure everything was set for the season. But as soon as landings open up on the Wisconsin River at the Dells, Lake Puckaway, Lake Wisconsin, I'll be guiding for walleye fishing and sauger fishing in the Wisconsin River and the Fox River, and even up to the Wolf River at Fremont. There's another spot to get in kind of early. Everybody have a great, safe 2019 walleye fishing season and everything else. Main thing is be safe. Wear your life jackets. Have a great time. Catch some fish. This is Jeff Bennett from JB Guided Fishing. We'll be talking to you later. You see me on the water, stop by and say hello. Got a big blue tuffy. Everybody have a great season. Bye.